Alright, you rats, chads, and everything in between. Today I got a banger video for you. We are going to be going over the 7.62 MDR. This is by far my favorite gun of patch 12.12. I see a ton of players in-game running this weapon. Everyone on Twitch is basically running this on Labs, Lighthouse, you name it. We're seeing it, and I'm going to show you guys my build and why this thing is absolutely amazing. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below and let me know what you think about the video, and subscribe for more content if you want to see more stuff like this in the future. Hey, real quick, about 99% of you guys are not subscribed. If you want me to keep making videos throughout patch 12.12, I suggest you hit that button, the button down there. Thanks. Alright, so you guys are about to see my 7.62 MDR build. I'm going to run through some of the vital parts and then get into the statistics, and then I'll take you guys into the shooting range. So the MDR doesn't really need many parts to make this thing feel really, really good. Unfortunately, the gun is kind of expensive. It translates to about 180,000 rubles, and the parts themselves are about another 180,000 rubles itself. But there are ways where you can trim the price down, and I'll go over those as well. So the key components to the gun, I would say, are the suppressor, the foregrip, and then the scope. So for this, we're going to go with the CAT QDC muzzle brake kit, and then the sound suppressor as well. I believe statistically this one is the best option out there. For the foregrip, I've been loving the Stark SE5 lately. This thing gives great ergo. It isn't the best vertical recoil option out there, but lately I've just been preferring the ergo, and this one feels really, really nice. Pretty much on all MDR builds, you're going to want a scope of some sort. I prefer the Voodoo. There's other options such as the TAC 30 or the Razor, which is new this wipe. If you really, really don't like scopes, you can throw on like an XPS 3.0 or something like that, some sort of hollow. That would be a good option as well. If you're looking for the absolute lowest vertical recoil and you have mechanic level 4, you could throw on a RK2, which would bring you down to 89 vertical recoil compared to the 92 that I have in this build. So yeah, so statistically, it's really not that bad of a build. 92 vertical recoil, 56 ergonomics, and 195 horizontal recoil. I've also seen people run the B25 RK1 here. So this one feels really, really good too. Again, really just depends on how much money you want to spend on the gun. So coming in for ways that you could maybe make this a bit cheaper, I would probably just suggest looking at the muzzle itself. You could go with something like a Wave, which is another good option here. This will bring you to 104 vertical recoil, but again, this one's much, much cheaper. And again, if you're keeping this thing in single fire mode and you're kind of just like, maybe you're hunting rogues or you're sniping on the mountains of reserve, whatever it might be, this will be perfectly fine as well. So yeah, so this is what we got for the build going on here. So now I'll take you guys into the shooting range and show you guys how this thing works. Alright, so now we're in the shooting range. I'm going to show you guys the recoil of the builds, both in single fire and in full auto, and then give you guys some of my final thoughts. So the 7.62 MDR has two fire modes. We have full auto and we have single fire. I have the Voodoo on, so I have the 6x and the 1x zoom right here. So starting at the zoom, or at the 1x zoom, we can see the gun doesn't really bounce up too high, and it's very, very easy to manage. Alright, so I'm going to put this thing into full auto mode and show you guys the recoil control of the gun. Keep in mind that I am going to control my mouse a little bit to help with the vertical recoil, but honestly it really isn't that bad. So from close range here, as you can see, the target's it's not very hard to hit, and then from long range we will do the same thing. Again, most of my shots hit there. A lot of them were right in the chest, lower, and upper shoulder, and then a few went wide right. So really not a bad weapon to use at full auto from medium to close range here. And then I'll show you guys the hip fire accuracy. So we'll put this thing back in full auto and do that as well. So again, hip fire from close range with the laser, it's very, very accurate. That looks like, maybe about like 13 shots hit there. So very, very good. I recommend this gun both long range and medium range. Close range you can get away with it, but only if you have like a laser or some sort of flashlight, maybe like a D-bal or something like that. In terms of like the long range, the Voodoo or the Razor would certainly help you with that. And again, it's very easy to snipe with this. This was actually one of the guns that I used in my Shooter Born for Heaven task. So very easy to do that with this weapon as well. So yeah, so this is what we got for the 7.62 MDR build. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment below, and let me know what you think about this build, and subscribe for more content if you want to see more stuff like this in the future.